this story was crazy. You want to tell the people what's going on? Like,
Yeah, so a principal at a school in Dallas held an all-black student meeting to encourage increase in test scores, help them get into college, etc. And apparently, the school district wasn't so happy about that. And I feel a number of ways about this, but the main thing is that's just flat out wrong, bro. Because and I'm gonna give a perspective, right? Because I mean, the school I went to from first to eighth grade was like 50-50 black and white.
right,
My high school was like 25% black, 5% other, and 30%, I'm sorry, 70% white.
right.
My college, right, our college where we went, what, maybe 5% black? If that?
I was about to
It might have
say,
been less.
yeah,
Right? And so the point that I'm making is at my high school and my college, there were student and faculty organizations that were designed specifically to support black students.
yes,
Because they needed it, right? They're a minority, the resources aren't the same.
they don't
You
come
might
from
just
the
need
families with the
come on, the black students might just need to connect with the black teachers and faculty and staff. And so I feel like this is not only imperative, but it's also something that you see in corporate America too, right? There are organizations, businesses that have a black alliance amongst the employees and corporate executives that work there. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to understand why they're all offended.
Well,
We know why they're offended,
well,
but
I think
I think they took it too far.
I think the issue is obviously the attack on like any type of DEI or the attack on anything that is empowering some group based on their religion, their race, their sex, or whatever. Especially under this administration in 2026, is everything is being litigated. So the parents that are not that don't have black kids can look at that and say, hey, you're disadvantaging my kids. My child is struggling with reading. My child needs to get into college. Why are you only focusing on the black students? And is this why my child is are you only trying to help the black students? Right? So the optics of it looks bad. Now we don't actually have the dynamic like the not that the statistics of the demographics. That's what I was looking. I'm saying dynamic. The demographics of the actual school. So are the black students 20% of the school,
Right.
5%, 1%? Because I mean, Texas,
They're probably
these high
on the
schools
minimal
or
side. 'Cause
these
if they were
schools,
majority,
the schools in Texas. Have you ever seen like a Texas high school, bro? They look like colleges.
yeah,
So
humongous.
it's
Thousands of kids.
it could
Probably.
easily be a school of 1,000 kids and it's 75, 80 black students. And it's like, okay, we're gonna pull y'all in because y'all, whatever. But I think now, in order to get around that, you got to say disadvantaged or you got to
Right.
use some type of other term, which is a negative connotation too, because all black students are not poor.
Yeah.
All
And-
black students are not disadvantaged. All black students are not struggling in this area. So I can understand where people are coming from, but I think it's also one of those things where people try to overlook what black people went through in this country and try to be colorblind and say, "Oh, I don't see color." Them some of the most racist people ever. The people who claim they don't see color and they don't see this, and it's like, bro, fairness and equality are not the same thing.
Yeah.
And that's a crazy thing. Growing up, you thought the word fair and equal like meant the same thing, and it's not. If somebody says, okay, Cliff, your parents don't come from money. You didn't grow up in the best neighborhood. You didn't do this, that, and the third. You got to go up against John, whose parents are attorneys. He got this, he got that, and y'all got to take the same test. And he's been getting tutored for the last eight years. You haven't. Well, that's fair. It's fair, and it's like, or you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not equal.
Right. Just because it's the same, we had the same questions doesn't mean.
Exactly. And apparently she got hired by someone else though, so that's good. So she's not.
Yeah, she probably was a great principal.
Yeah.
But what I noticed here is just saying that allegedly she told black students that they were the reason they had a B average instead of an A average. So it seems as though like there were black students going home like, oh, I'm offended because she's accusing me of bringing the GPA down.
Yes, and that's see, and this is another. I'm glad you brought that up because that's another thing that all black students are not disadvantaged.
No.
So when you bring all of these black students in, what if I'm a black student with a 4.0? What if I'm a black student with a 3.5? What if I'm one of the top students in the school and you got me in this meeting talking to me as if I'm like one of the feed the children kids? Like I just need like and I'm so some of them kids going home like I'm offended. They got me in this all black meeting talking to me like
I'm not a 4.0
I'm
student.
not a 4.0 student and I can't get into Harvard or Princeton or whatever.
Tough.
So
that's really tough. Because it's like I don't expect, a 17-year-old to have the emotional maturity to understand this. And I don't know how this principal positioned this, but it could have been like maybe you are a 4.0 student, but your best friend that you hang out with got a 2.5. So hold your friend accountable, right? So if you are a good student, that's cool. But I want all of y'all to be like that. So be a good example. Right?
I mean, I don't know. I understand that perspective. I mean, I think knowing the times that we're in today with the Trump administration and all that, what she could have done is just host something for the students who are struggling, black, white, whatever. But the problem with that though is you're not able to be real and address the real issues that affect black students. Now you gotta be the all lives matter type of, you got to give an all lives matter type of diagnosis, and we already know what young black students are going through is not the same as a young Latino student, a young white student, a young Asian student, and vice versa. What young Latino students are going through is not the same as a young black student
at all,
because they probably can't really speak the language or whatever. So there's a language barrier there. Young white kids, they probably have other issues that we would never understand being a young black kid. So you can't just take a sword and just think you're solving it with one swing.
Yeah, I would definitely be interested to see, like you said, the demographic breakdowns of like what percentage of the students actually are black, because I think that makes a significant difference. Because if it's like the whole rest of the school is straight A students, and then the only people who got C's and D's are black, it's kind of like, well, maybe y'all are the problem. But it's like if it's a very tiny amount to where it barely affects the average, I would love to see the breakdown on that. But nonetheless, like you said, I'm glad she got another opportunity, hopefully a better opportunity, because I'm sure her heart is in the right place.
Yes.
That's just a sticky situation. But that's probably why she even wants to be in education in the first place, is to be a good representation, for her community, and to make sure that black students are getting the encouragement and help that they need.
And, it's one of those situations, I think what you said was really, really important, of other students being offended because, while I think DEI and diversity and inclusion and all that obviously is good if done good, that's the problem. See, everybody can start with good intentions. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. So even like the whole DEI thing, I think it was paved with good intentions, but then it started going to any and everybody who claims to be a minority. A gay white rich man, for example, is a minority, so he's getting the DEI dollars, and it's like, what? Hold on, you went to Princeton, you went to boarding schools, you did, and just because of your sexual preference, now all of a sudden you're getting all the diversity dollars, and here I am, a young black girl from the east side of Detroit, parents locked up, all the advantages against me, and I can't get none of that DEI money because I don't know the right person. And it was designed, like the DI programs were designed to help me, but because we're expanding it to everybody but straight white men, you know what I'm saying? That's when I knew DEI was going to go to the dumpster, because you can't say this program benefits everybody but this specific person. Like at that point, it's being counterproductive. Thank you guys for watching. I want to make a deal with you. On my end, I'm going to produce high quality, informative content for you to enjoy and learn from. And on your end, you're going to subscribe down below to the podcast. Now we have a 50-50 deal to build this independent media company together. And if you want to invest with us and ensure our success, subscribe down to the YouTube membership. It really, really helps us hire journalists, hire videographers, and do the investigative journalism and independent journalism that you love and that you learn from.